Hey everybody. So I wanted to share with you something that I've been working with, and you might have been doing this as well, but we're really trying to focus on how to successfully navigate long distance ribbon cuttings, meet Monates, and to do this for long distance potential customers or market partners. So I'm going to give you some tips that I've learned over doing this. I've done about 5 in the last 2 weeks and kind of playing around with it. And I am going to give you everything that I think that you'll know or need to know. And if you have any suggestions or any great tips that have worked for you, please put them in the comments and I can actually put together an outline for you as well. So here's the first thing. Number one is that if you have somebody that's long distance and they're going to have a physical launch in their home, I would totally encourage them that before this happens, and you still want to do this within 5 to 7 days, is that they can also have a virtual business launch for their long distancers, okay? So let's say I've done this with a local, some local market partners, and I've done this with some market partners that are far enough away from me, but they have contacts all over. So here's the scenario. We can't travel everywhere, okay? And it's not duplicatable. So if you have a new market partner that is remote to you, then what you need to do is set this up like a regular business launch, but you're going to do it through a virtual platform. I would highly recommend that you stick with a Facebook event. And here's what my thoughts are. Number one is to create a group for that person. And what you do is create a group for that person. That person is an admin of that group, of course, but they want to make the upline an admin as well. So if there's any questions or, you can go in and create dialogue, but you create that private group, make it a secret group actually. Then what you can do is, and you can make it a closed group if you want, but again, you don't want new market partners putting anything out in a public forum on social media until after their physical business launch. So the great thing is that when you create this group, what you can do is you can create the event within this group, but also too, you tell this new market partner, you want to personally ask them if you can add them to the group. Just don't go and start adding people. Big mistake, okay? The other thing is too, is that if you have let's say that if you have a lot of people, and you can even do this, even if you're been in Monate for a while, let's say that you have people long distance, tell them that you're going to create a private group or private event that you would like to share with them the 3 options with Monate. And this is what you're going to do with them. No matter where their interest lies, you're still going to share with them. You're going to do the Meet Monate. You're going to do the Spend, Save, or Make. You're going to do the Monate Social or the Dare to Succeed, whichever you feel comfortable with. But you're going to spend about 10 or 15 minutes with them. Number one is, doing the presentation, but I want to back it up. Okay, so you want to give yourself at least 2 or 3 days before you do this event. I highly encourage you to do it on a weeknight, like at 7 or 8 p.m., when, they can take 15 minutes and you can also do a drawing for those people that are on their live. And you can do, you guys, we've gotten so many awesome specials that Monate has had, and you can do this within a private or a closed group. Maybe I have some only for yous that we won't use. So I have, some bulk stuff that I bought on one of the flash sales. I do a drawing for those people that show up. But they have to listen to the entire presentation. Again, you don't want to go over 10 to 12 minutes is ideal. The other thing is that you also need to, have a platform. Don't give them too much information. Maybe share some before and after testimonials of people that have success with the product, or, maybe you share a link, to, one of the leaders that's done, what Monate has done for, themselves in the business. And you can all share this with them leading up to it. And just explain to them, you guys, this is just a great way of getting the message out. Please, be with me live at this time on this day. You want to send them out reminders. And I always send out reminders 24 hours prior to the event and then about 2 hours before the event starts. So the one thing is that if you're doing a long distance ribbon cutting, I would just have a couple of items, have that new market partner set up a couple of items, and like a Rejuva beads, an oil, and maybe one system. They don't need to have their entire showcase out and their kit out to share with people. Just a couple of things that you can talk about. I usually recommend the oil, the Rejuva beads, and the I Wonder is great. But you can, share with them. And I wouldn't share with them and a huge time on the product. I would keep it really simple and just say, hey, I'll do a separate live on the product, because again, you want to give them the options, but just tell them some of the things that we're known for, what we the awards that we won, how Rejuva beads, it's in the class of itself, as the oil is, and the I Wonder. So but the thing about it is that if they're having a new market partner is having a launch at their home, okay, if you're doing a virtual event, they really need to have it there. It's going to be really hard to have it in a public forum like a restaurant or a community room or anything like that, because you're going to have background noise. So I would highly encourage your new market partner, hey, we really need to have this at your house, because that way I can Facebook Live in. You can take your computer, you can plug it into pretty much any TV right now with a USB cord to your computer, to the TV, and you can be on the TV and they can sit there, they can listen. And then of course, you can bring on the new market partner with you, okay? They can be on the TV, but they'll have to be standing, or they'll have to have their phone set up. So, that's the other thing too that you can do. I know a lot of TVs now are phone compatible. If you are not technology driven, get your kids or get your spouse or whoever is, they'll know how to hook it up. It's not really that hard at all. I'm totally at a disadvantage, and so Jay has showed me how to do it, and it's super simple. So let me backtrack. Number one, launch for a new market partner, they need to have it in their home. Again, keep it simple, keep it, very light, very fruity. And then also too, what you can do is after you do that Facebook Live, they can call you on the phone with any questions, and they can put you on speakerphone. Or they can do a split screen with you on Facebook Live, which is a really great way. Now, what I would also recommend is that if they are reaching out to their long distance people, and they can do this before their actual physical ribbon cutting, but you want to keep that event private. You don't want to publicly put it out there on social media until after the physical launch. This is really important. And I'm going to tell you guys this. I have people that disagree with me, but you know what? The one thing, and there are very few mentors that have really said, okay, these are the 7 steps. These are the income producing activities. These are what you need to do to create a multi-million-dollar team and income. And one of those people was Deb Porsche. And she said from day one that it was imperative to wait to put anything publicly out on social media until you did these steps. And you guys, I will agree with her 110% to this day that you want to build up, number one, you want to teach that new market partner knowledge. You want to give them, yes, thanks, Angela. You want to keep their business. You really don't want to go and post it live. Let's build the excitement on a personal level, but also too, that Facebook virtual launch that they do for their long distance peeps gives them exposure and experience of actually doing it at a face-to-face event. So, Phyllis says, I post a link to YouTube before and after video, and it helps to get VIPs at the event. That's great. But also, you guys stick to the script. Do you want to spend money with us? Do you want to save money with us? Or do you want to make money with us? And if you have any questions, please feel free to post it in the comments or send me a PM. After you have this live event, your job with each person that you invited to this is to follow up with them individually. You guys, the personal touch point, it matters. It matters so much. Don't go post-all, people. And here's the thing. The gals that we've done this for, they've gotten VIPs, they've gotten market partners, and all it takes is 20 minutes, because you do want that new market partner to tell why they're doing it. You want to present the information, and then you want to offer the close. So, you guys, I hope this helps. And, if you have any questions or if you have any suggestions, I would love to hear it. Like I said, I've just started doing this consistently a couple of weeks ago, but I mean, my RGV jumped up over 1 month when I started doing these events, about 15% from last month to this month. And I think we're going to see a jump in GV, which is my personal group. I think we're going to see another jump of 20 to 25% this month because we've got 3 or 4 that we're doing already on the books. So again, you guys, keep it focused on presenting the information. Don't get lost in translation. Don't give too much information. Keep it short, simple, sweet, 12 minutes. And if you need to practice it before you go live, then practice it. And I would just encourage people to post any questions. Wait till after you get done with the presentation so you can post those questions. So that is really, there was another point too that popped in and it popped out as fast, but if I think of it, I'll put it in the comments. So you guys, if you, again, try it. Do this with your new market partners and see what happens. And I think you're going to see a huge spike in them building blocks, and them, hitting MMP and AMB, in the first 2 weeks that they're in, if not higher. And then also too, and getting, to MMB in, that first sweet spot of that first 4 to 6 weeks. So, I hope that helps you guys. I'd love to hear if you try this. Oh, and I heard this the other day from someone and I was like, this is brilliant. I've been in this business for so long and I've heard it before, but it didn't have stickiness. And so I had someone, and I can't remember who, I don't remember if I read it in a chat, but she takes, and when her new market partners start asking for the appointment, start calling, she gets with them and she's like, helping in the same room, and she's helping them to call people, and she's right there to coach them. So ideally you'd have to do, and you guys don't do a Zoom, because here's the thing. If you do a Zoom, then people have to download, or Skype, they have to download stuff. And sometimes there is confusion. We've just found that we have a much higher percentage of people attending on a Facebook Live. So, and I'm sure that there's a way that you could probably do it on Instagram TV, but I am still learning that platform. So I'm not an expert there yet. #yet. All right, you guys, have a great night, and I love y'all, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.